Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to yet another episode of the podcast episode. And I just realized after saying to the podcast, I'm like, I need a name for my podcast. So I'm not trying to figure out a name for my podcast. I think it's gonna be the Journey Podcast. Yeah, that would be actually cool because basically this podcast describes my journey, and not only this episode but also other episodes where I share tips and tricks and insights that I've gained from my life, so you don't have to go through the rough road of getting those insights, and you can apply them for yourself and actually leverage that so you can get much further ahead in life. Seems like a good idea. So from now on, it's the Journey Podcast. So welcome to the Journey Podcast, guys. All right. Let's kick into it. Well, I've really been thinking, and I feel like I start most of my podcasts with I've really been thinking, but that's a good thing because then I'm thinking. This thing about doing your most important task in the morning before you do anything else, because I'm having a little bit of trouble, like not achieving things but achieving the right things, because I just like I'm slowly like starting to realize now that I'm like 25 years old, I've built like a really good foundation with all the books that I read and all the stuff, but right now my attention needs to be more focused on like one area at a time. And I made an episode about the power of focusing. I can't recall what it was called, but it talks about like focusing on one thing until you become really good at that thing and then leveraging to another thing and why you should do that. But basically this is sort of like an extension of that episode because I really want to talk about a specific example in my life. So I was in this project. It was like a real estate project at my work, and I had to quality assure like their websites and stuff like that, make sure that everything was good and all the stuff. And I really wasn't given a lot of time to do it. So I worked really hard, really fast, and then like the next time when I had to meet at work, I woke up early. And I was like, I wasn't finished yet, and I had to do a presentation for them at point in time. But at 9:30, I think it was, right? But I wanted to wake up and doing my morning ritual, and then going out to like work out and stuff like that, and then go to work. But that would not leave me with a lot of time to, like, to just get the rough edges down on the website. So I decided to skip my workout, you could say. And I didn't have to work out that day, but I really wanted to because I planned it, because then I didn't have to work out in the weekends. And right now it's the next day, Saturday. So basically I skipped that because I wanted to prioritize my work before my health, sort of. And it really got me thinking. I was like, wow, okay, no problem. I'm gonna get the 2 workouts done. But the thing here is the mentality of skipping like yourself, your health, for something else. Because I took responsibility. It wasn't my fault that I gotten this long amount of time. I also told it to my project leader, and she was like, wow, that's a really good job that you've done in such a short period of time. I didn't really expect anything of that. And I told her, yeah, next time the feedback, I was like, I would love to get more time, because I actually had to go out of my way to like to I didn't tell her I had to go out of my way, but I told her like I didn't have that much time, so it's like under huge pressure to produce the results that I did. And she agreed, and she told me, oh, okay, but we could have moved the meeting later on. And because it wasn't like that urgent, but she just wanted to make it quick. Because, yeah, then she would have time for other things and stuff like that. So, that's the scenario. But I shouldn't have skipped my workout. I really shouldn't have skipped my workout. I should have woken up in the morning and prioritized my most important thing. Because my most important thing was my health. Because that's what I decided to prioritize. That's what I decided to prioritize. It's my health. And I really want to work out. I really need to work out as well if I want to achieve my fitness goals. And I know it may not seem like a lot, like one day here, but the thing here is, you do one day here, next time you do another day, and next time you do another day, and before you know it, you're always spending your time on somebody else's agenda and not your own. And that's the problem. That's a huge problem, because how are you supposed to achieve your life your life goals if you don't prioritize yourself first? And I know it sounds like super egoist, super egocentric, and like me, but the thing here is, you can't pour pure from an empty cup. If you want to fill somebody up, pause. Not in that sense, but if you want to fill somebody up, you have to have water. You have to have something to give up. You have to have, basically, you have to have energy. You have to have, energy. And if you don't nurture your own health, your own body, your own energy and all that stuff, you have nothing to give up to other people. So when they need you. Because if you're not making sure that you're emotionally stable, how are you going to be for somebody? How are you going to be there for somebody who's not emotionally stable? Because then it will just be two people that are not emotionally stable, and that won't make it better. Or like, let's say you have to work on a task and you didn't prioritize your sleep, and the other person didn't prioritize his sleep as well, or her sleep as well. Then you're basically two people who are super tired trying to work out, trying to work or work out or whatever it is the task you're doing, and you have less to give up. So if you prioritize yourself, then when you are in a position where you can help somebody, you can actually help that somebody. So a lot of things to like think about that. Like the power, like prioritizing yourself. That's powerful. That is powerful right there. That's powerful, prioritizing yourself. And this might sound like theory and all that stuff, but a practical way that I am trying to implement is waking up early and then doing your most important task. Sometimes it could be working out, sometimes it could be finishing this book, sometimes it could be doing some business, like whatever it is, doing yoga, stretching out, all of that stuff. But I find that if you do that first thing in the morning, you are absolutely sure that you can do it. You're absolutely sure that you can do it and it gets done. Because you wake up earlier before you have to go to work. For those of you who have a job, or entrepreneurs, like, before you have to like be active in your business. And the thing here is, that is powerful. Because then you make sure that you get your shit done. You get your shit done. And that is super, super, super important. That is super important, man. Making sure that you get your own shit done, because that's how you get ahead in life. Making sure that you get your shit done. Making sure that you get your health on point and all of that stuff. Because that's just life, man. That's just important. That's just important. If you value that, of course. If you value yourself and all of that stuff. But I'm just saying, that's important. Because imagine this. You wake up early. You spend your first 1 or 2 hours on doing your most important task. And then you do that on a daily basis. You're going to reach so far ahead in life. And you're not going to, for instance, like you're missing workouts and stuff like that. You're not going to miss workouts because it's going to be the first thing that you do in the morning. Ideally, it's going to be the first thing that you get done. Because then if you don't get something else done, then that would be something of lesser importance. Because let's say you have 8 hours in the day. And it's, let's say all right, let's say, just to make it simpler, let's say you have 4 hours in the day, right? Where you can work on your own things, right? And then you have, okay, work ran out, like you had to work a little bit over, so you had to do like 1 hour extra work that day. So now you only have 3 hours, but what you did plan was like, oh, I need to work out, which is going to take around 2 hours to get back and forth and working out and stuff like that as well. And you needed your own business, which is going to take 3 hours, right? So you can already see the things that you needed to achieve. It's like, wait, hold on. I totally messed that up. So the business that you have to work on is like, it will take 2 hours. And the workout, it will take 2 hours. But you worked 1 hour overtime. Then either you have to work less on your business, or you have to work out faster. And the problem here is, it's like, then you don't get your task done because you're working overtime or you prioritize something else. And that's the problem, because you're not going to get ahead if you prioritize something else. I'm not saying like don't prioritize your work. Obviously, it depends on what your values are and what you decide to prioritize. But I'm just saying, make it an active choice, something that you choose, not something that is chosen for you. Just because you have to go to work at that point, or just because you have to do like a certain thing and all that stuff, doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to like choose and be actively, okay, I'm gonna prioritize work before my health. This is what I want for you guys. I want you guys to make it an active choice. That you're not just like prioritizing your work because you have to go to work, but you're prioritizing work because that is the actual priority. That is the thing that gives you the most bang for your buck. When you wake up, what gives you the most bang for your buck? And sometimes, yeah, and that's the thing. That's the reason why I will try to implement waking up early. I've done that in the past and it was amazing. And I would like to re-implement it. And this is the thing. Waking up early, doing your most important task, then you can tick that off. Because doing the most important task is always the most important one. And it's always the right one. Because you're doing the most important task, you're getting that done. And that's going to get you the most ahead in life. Because if you don't do the most important task, you're doing a less important task that will get you less ahead. Do the task that will get you the most ahead. Do the task that will make the best bang for your buck. It's like making investments. If you want to talk money-wise, you invest in stocks. Let's say you could invest in a stock that gave you like 10% return, and you could invest in a stock that gave you 5% return. Who would you invest in? You would invest in a stock that gave you 10% return. But sometimes you're not making that active choice. So you end up investing in that 5% stock. And I'm not saying that the 5% stock is not like a good return. Okay, it's cool. Like you got 5% on your money. That's cool. That's good. But the thing here is, you could have gotten 10 if you just prioritize the right thing. Then you've gotten a 10% return on your money or on your time. So I'm not saying that you're doing the wrong thing going to work or prioritizing something else. I'm saying that you should prioritize the thing that gives you the best return on investment. And that's the thing. Because prioritizing my work gave me something good. Because, okay, the feedback I got last time, I implemented that and I just hit it out of the ballpark this time. It was amazing. But the thing here is, what did I value most and what would give me the most bang for my buck? Because that sort of thing that I did there, I had to do that a lot more often if I wanted to, I don't know, I can't say if I wanted to get a promotion. I don't know idea what it requires, like, oh, I have to do this X amount of times and stuff like that. But it's nonetheless, it's good. But what I know would be better for me would be to prioritize my workouts at that given time, because that is my priority. That would have given me the most bang for my buck. And if I played the scenario out, she would have been able to move the deadline a little bit, and I would have done it and done the workout and actually achieve the goal. Because if you remember, I told you that she was like, I gave you a little bit of time, but I could have removed the deadline 2 hours more. I've given you 2 hours more, and that would have been enough to do the task. So, prioritizing yourself, man. Prioritizing yourself. Because then you can spill over with your abundance of energy. Think about that. Hope you enjoyed this episode and hope you got something out of it. Take care, guys. Peace.